Welcome to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mendte, and welcome to the ever-expanding sports book at Monmouth Park Racetrack. You might have a 50-inch screen in your home. How about a 50-foot long screen? This was just installed as the sports book has grown out of the sports bar and is taking over the grandstand. That's how much money they're making. We will talk to the CEO in just a moment. Also on this week's show, is it possible that the drills they do to help protect children from an active shooter are actually harming the children? We'll have a conversation about that. Also, the controversial bill to allow those here illegally to have a driver's license in New Jersey. And is Amazon and the ability to order a Christmas tree hurting local farms? We'll talk to one farm owner. All that's to come, but first, an emotional and compelling hearing this week in Trenton featuring Katie Brennan, who is a member of the Murphy administration and says she was raped during the campaign, asked for help, but received none. Our Dawn Stensland-Mendte was there for the hearing and the emotional testimony. Dawn.
Larry, a dramatic day of testimony by 31-year-old Katie Brennan. This is the very first time we've seen her and heard from her publicly as she testifies in what she says is a very difficult day, but something she feels she has to do.
I should not have to be here today. I should not have been attacked. I reported my attack to the police and the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office, and my report went unheard. I reported my attack to the campaign, transition committee, and administration, and it went unheard. I asked to report my attack to the governor and first lady, and my request went unheard. I and no survivor should have to tell their story to the newspaper to be heard.
Lawmakers who heard Katie Brennan testify under oath say she deserved better from the system and the Murphy administration. Senate Majority Leader Loretta Weinberg chairs this special investigatory committee. It all began, she says, April 8, 2017, when Brennan told police Murphy campaign worker Albert J. Alvarez assaulted and raped her after a campaign event.
After I was sexually assaulted in the early hours of Saturday, April 8, 2017, I immediately contacted my husband, Travis Miles, who was in Sweden on a 3-month Fulbright scholarship, and my good friend, Katie Baldwin, who came and stayed with me for several days while Travis returned, having to leave Sweden early to return home to me.
Before testifying, Brennan held hands with her husband, Travis Miles, who's a science professor at Rutgers, where she earned her graduate degree. Our cameras captured the couple catching eyes and sharing a brief moment of cheer, which vanished during the day-long painful personal testimony before this special legislative committee, media and cameras, and a public audience here at the State House. Brennan detailed the devastation that she endured over the past year and a half, after immediately filing reports of the assault with police and prosecutors, along with DNA evidence produced by a hospital rape kit. She informed multiple top officials within Murphy's inner circle.
I wanted to stop Al Alvarez from ever attacking another woman again. I wanted survivors to receive justice. I wanted New Jersey to do better. I wanted survivors to be heard. So I kept working to be heard.
She says she was shocked to learn Alvarez was hired by the Murphy administration.
Later that very same day, December 1st, 2017, I was advised that the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office had declined to take my case. There are no words to describe the hollowness and the disappointment I felt. The trauma, the invasive tests, the questioning, the waiting were all for nothing. They said they didn't believe a jury would convict, so it would be irresponsible to arrest. In other words, they didn't think that people would believe me.
Which is why she turned to someone she believed in, her boss.
I thought that if any administration could make progressive reforms, it would be this one. And so on the evening of Friday, June 1st, 2018, I emailed the governor and First Lady Tammy Murphy. I asked to have a meeting with one or both of them about a sensitive matter that occurred during the campaign. I did not indicate that my sensitive matter involved Mr. Alvarez. Within the hour, Governor Murphy responded, "We know you well. Hang in. We're on it." I felt a glimmer of hope.
Her glimmer of hope in early summer faded by the fall. Albert J. Alvarez, who reportedly claims it was a consensual encounter, remained in his $140,000 a year top job until October 14th, when Brennan finally told her story to the Wall Street Journal. Alvarez resigned abruptly. The Middlesex County Prosecutor's Office is now reportedly re-examining the criminal case. Governor Murphy was publicly questioned about what he knew and when. He calls her testimony brave.
I had access to people in the highest positions of power in the state of New Jersey. And at each turn, my pleas for help went unanswered. Somehow, it wasn't a priority to address my sexual assault and working with my rapist until it impacted them.
This special legislative committee has the power of subpoena to bring forth other witnesses, but for today, Katie Brennan is the only witness who testifies with her personal story. Reporting for Jersey Matters, Dawn Stensland-Mendte.
All right, thank you, Dawn. By the way, the next hearing on the Katie Brennan case will be December 18th in Trenton. Al Alvarez has been invited to testify, and we will be there. In the meantime, still to come on Jersey Matters, we are inside the Monmouth Park Sportsbook. We'll look back on the case that made this happen, and they're in court again. We'll explain why when we interview the CEO of the Monmouth Park Racetrack when Jersey Matters continues.